in this squad. You mentioned him before. He has all that experience playing with NIP as well as with Young Ninjas before that. So, he's played at the top level. He's used to this caliber of competition. And that kind of lifts this roster even further from the heights that they were already pushing towards. So it's going to be an exciting matchup taking place in this lovely flyby of Overpass. With hopping into the pistol round as Sangal are taking on Fantasy.
This will be a quick one straight out the gate for Fantasy as well. Smoke's already being lined up. Relax with a P250. Just going to wait a second. Don't want to go in immediately. 4 players are stacked here, though, for Sangal. They get ready to defend this, even with a boost thrown in the mix. So, first contact can be taken from Soulfly, and then the water players can try and swing in.
Oh, not going to expect 2 players tucked in here as well because of that boost, and all the kills go the way of the CTs. Topa here looking for something in return. They are going to find one of these, actually. Just trying to even this one out, but the heaven smoke fades, and the kills come through for the CTs. A great setup onto the B bomb site. 4 players there, and it's simply too much for Fantasy to be able to overwhelm.
Yeah, good job from ScrunK as well. One of the players that's got a little bit more experience on this Sangal roster. It's really an interesting storyline for Sangal because it's kind of almost the narrative of ScrunK and Corey came in to rebuild this roster. They've been trying to just nurture these really young talents of kyuubii, Soulfly. It was Sensei on Austrian Orpa, but he's now been replaced by Fuzi, who still is quite young. So you got the old guard, and you got the young guns just looking to impress. And Corey, that's a fantastic grenade onto the majority of the Fantasy roster.
Yeah, that one's chunky. They are going to find a gap up towards long. So there's a chance maybe they get the bomb down here, but the fact that there's 2 CTs here, Corey's actually going to peek out and get this info any second, and he can start to clean up at long range with the M4. Should be too easy. A nice dink, but it comes in from such a long range that it's a bit misleading in the damage it does. And now the M4A1Ss can get the kills into the feed. These last 2 players, they don't have the bomb. That one has to be collected as well. And now they're sending out ScrunK with the MP9 just to try and get that bonus cash. Makes sense. Try and optimize these rounds as much as possible, playing it to perfection to get these last 2 kills just about. And they keep it flawless in the second round.
Yeah, nicely done. Always a difficult one to contend with, especially when Fantasy are just throwing it all the way up towards long, but the grenade softens them up and the MP9 just steps in. Not too much trouble for the Sangal members. It's going to be this round that's going to be a bit interesting because Fantasy, at the expense of saving in the previous, will now invest into the current. And there's no AWP just yet on either side of the server. We haven't got quite the finances to facilitate that one. But Fantasy, they're just going to leave Relax on his own over towards Monster, and they're going to try and get some control back out towards Long. They saw it was a little bit of a gap beforehand.
Yeah, and there's actually only 1 player on this side of the map as well. It's just Fuzi with the responsibilities. He's going to be falling back to site to play a bit more defensively, and now the rotate can come through from Corey as well. So they do get this round. They're going to get it for free. If they want to push any further, they're going to have to fight for it. And I think the conversation around the T sides is something you want to be keeping an eye on throughout this matchup, because the T sides have been hard to come by for some of these mixed squads, particularly on Overpass, a map that is, as we mentioned earlier, it's now the most CT-sided map. We'll see what Fantasy can get done. Actually looked decent at different times on that T side against Vitality. That was on Dust 2, which is a very different ecosystem. And this gun round, Hudson has managed to get quite a bit of ground. He's keen to take this fight on long, but it's not being presented to him. Corey is tucked in towards the side, and there's a player up on dice as well. Hudson's lucky for this timing. He might just catch it. Corey just holding it from side, and that kill is easy, but his teammates have all gone down, but he's able to swivel around. That's Arkin removed. But it was over towards the B side that the second kill came through. Now they're going to start to hit it. 2 players here on the defense. Soulfly with that MP9 trying to get up close combat. In fact, it's 2 MP9s in the mix. Bomb is dropped though, and Soulfly is hunting for more. Bro though takes him down. ScrunK makes a noise. He drops off the smoke as well. That's been heard. That's going for this fight, and it's going to not quite deal with him. ScrunK staying alive throughout it all. Puts Bro now in an impossible situation. No time. Just has to save.
how has he stayed alive there? Like, I don't really understand. Fair play to him for doing so, but that, on paper, just looked like Fantasy should have just overwhelmed him at the barrel. Yes, there's another opportunity for Corey to rotate in and just clean that one up, but even so, ScrunK very lucky to be alive at the barrel's position. Sangal survived, despite some picks coming in early for Fantasy. It was interesting to see the map control they was taking over towards A. They weren't really putting too many forces more towards the short position on water. That's normally where you expect teams on Overpass to really contest and fight for the ground. And going forward, it's just going to be Bro's saved AK-47 to really try and just carve out an opportunity, but he's already been dunked down low by a grenade.
Yeah, it felt like last round maybe they were trying to see if Tudson could catch a timing to flank through heaven. But unfortunately, he's caught out by Corey. Fukuzi with the AWP. Gonna get a leg to start things off with the sniper. Relax. Gonna be limping. Ankle shattered by that bullet. Now Fuzi repositioning back towards site. A couple of players close by as well. So they've got 3 CTs over here. So that's a bit of a mistiming there, but not going to matter too much. Fuzi is spotting plenty of players, but no kills yet. That one looked like it might have been on the mark, but wasn't quite able to make it happen. Now ScrunK's turn to look for the fight. He's going to find Arkin. Good opener. Fuzi's got a player pinned in towards long as well, and now Bro is dealt with.
Oh. Things don't really get easier, do they? Yeah, AK can be picked up for Tudson, but Topa's been brought down low. Relax has got 17 HP. It feels like a more of a stressful situation, especially with Tudson being removed at the long extremity. And now you've got the majority of the Sangal forces to contend with, but Fuzi is literally hitting every single shot with a bit of flair as well, jumping up towards the top of dice. Relax left in an impossible scenario. He can't even find the kill on towards Soulfly. Very clean, flawless round from Sangal coming in. Again, it's one of those ones where it's to be expected. You see the utility just kind of carving the way for this CT side just to extend their advantages. Fantasy need to find a way back into the game, otherwise this one will slip by from them early. Fuzi will be wielding the AWP still, and Aiken has got one of his own.
Yeah, that round for Fuzi, it felt like he appreciated that one. That was a bit of a warm-up. Missed a couple of shots early on, but then started to get into the swing of things. He's going to peek onto Bro here with the Mach 10. He's just going to be charging through, so Fuzi has to get a move on because he's being chased down. The Molotov is going to slow things down. kyuubii looking for contact as well. Relax actually has the blind fire through and gets the player boosted as well. He is dealt with by kyuubii. It's a good opener at the very least. Going now 4-4, going to favor the T's in more cases than not. Now they slow things down. The boost comes back through. Oh, it's going to be spotted. Bro has spotted everything. Now I can just sit back and wait for kyuubii's head to pop up, and there comes the kill. Easy as you like it. Good timing for Bro to get that one for free.
All right. There's definitely opportunity here for Fantasy in this one. They can try and work their way forward towards Divider. But you are working your way into Fuzi's domain. Oh, but Aiken spotted out the jump boost. Can he connect this dot? It's going to be a difficult one to find. 40 seconds left. But it is information given over to Fantasy. We can potentially swing on this position.
Ooh.
And there you go. Topa does decapitate Fuzi. So that's the bomb site unlocked. And Sangal, they're going to try and go for this. They are rotating up in very fast pace about it. Truck player not quite accounted for, but Topa, this should be his round in the palm of his hands. And it will be. Perfect kill on towards Corey, and Soulfly reconsiders going for this bomb, so Fantasy will get one back.
Yeah, holding to that AK, no need to throw that one away. It's particularly because kyuubii and Corey aren't looking the most healthy with their buy, so holding onto this AK, gonna at least give them the full investment into the follow-up. That's a bit unfortunate for Fuzi. He was jump spotting it, but didn't spot them until it was too late, and then as soon as he goes to swing onto that peak, there are 3 T's holding his angle, and his head gets removed immediately. The sole defender on that site gets taken down and all falls apart. And also, I think Bro catching off that boost, that was a really pivotal moment because that was what left Fuzi alone up towards A because they had to commit 2 players to B.
Yeah, it's just patience rewarded by Fantasy. And then they do well to recognize the scenario in which that Sangal will definitely just try and reinforce this bomb site because they've lost a defender on it. They attack with all of their teammates just swinging in close proximity. So it's good that they do capitalize upon it. They don't really take individual gunfights on the AWP. Corey, he's now weird in one. It's double AWP out for Sangal. Doesn't catch any players off though, but that grenade, the follow-up as well. Huge damage being done to Tudson and Topa.
Yeah, that one hurts. Looks like they're getting ready for a boost as well. Both these low HP players part of this one, but kyuubii's holding for it. He's so ready for this if they do decide to boost up. This is a kill for sure. Tudson going to pop up and actually going to fall off, and that saves his life. He actually found Fuzi as well. All right, there's an opening. That was out. One of those AWPs towards Monster. Big kill to find. Smoke coming back through. And that's looking to do the spam damage. And it actually does a bit onto kyuubii. Despite that early damage done, the 3 of them now, do you feel like they have the advantage in this?
Oh, Corey might be caught out on this jump as well. Aiken, he's holding for it. Has caught off Fuzi here before. But look at Corey. Waiting for him perfectly. Aiken is dispatched. So now we're in an even playing field. 40 seconds left on the clock. Fantasy looking to relocate back towards Monster, where they found their initial success. There are still defenders here, though. There are 3 players here to meet them and greet them, even with a boost for kyuubii. He's just playing anti-flash.
Oh, good boost out. Gets the kill in Sendry as well as good slow down plays in short, and Soulfly is coming up big in towards Pit. Finds that kill onto Bro. This attack is now limping through. Relax, trying to find something here. He's got that bomb and gets a headshot. Smokes is still up, so he's looking for more. Tudson saves the day with a kill of his own. That's another incendiary coming through, and now it's all on Rylax. Got 2 kills already, but he just wants to get the bomb down, and ScrunK is going to deny it. Saves the day for Sangal and gets them up to 5.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't matter too much for Fantasy because they can still invest in with all the utility. Aiken could be dropped an AWP from Bro. It is a little bit hamstrung of the investment of just picking up this sniper, but at the same time, it's still a decent buy nevertheless. Sangal, nice reaction, just making sure that they don't lose consecutive rounds in a row. Broken down Molotov off towards Connector. This doorway will be blown off Connector time and time again by these CTs to lay down some lead in towards Connector, make it uncomfortable. Corey, he's feeling a little bit uncomfortable as well because he gets flashed perfectly back. Fancy, they've got control of Connector.
See immediately the A players, they don't feel comfortable playing that close. They're going to fall all the way back now. Can hold this defensive line if they do come up con. Got the support as well of Corey should they peek out onto Fuzi. He's going to reposition over towards the B bomb site. This has been their favorite bomb site more often than not on these buy rounds. That was a bit of noise that maybe they didn't need to make, but happens anyway. Bit far away. Soulfly might have heard it. Probably, given how silent things are in the server at the moment. Waiting for the smoke to fade. There's only 2 players on this B bomb site. This could be the perfect read of Fantasy. Flash going to come through. Soulfly, he has to come up big here. Tucked in. Swing out and find these kills. Gets the first on the Bro. Looking for more, but the trades come through. 2 kills apiece, and that's 3 versus 3 now. The bomb can make its way onto site. No smoke in towards heaven. And so that's coming through as well, but Aiken deals with it. Now it's a 2 versus 3. ScrunK and Fuzi have to put this one together.
ScrunK, you see, spotted out the player towards the bomb site. Don't think he quite spotted the shoulder of the monster player, but relax. Doesn't even matter. What a shot onto Fuzi as well. Really nice stuff, showing us a little bit of why he was the top performer against Vitality on Dusk 2. Clean, crisp taps get Fancy a second.
Whew, what a one-tap there at the end. That is deadly. Zoned out of the server to get Fantasy their second on this T side, and look what it's done to Sangal. They're going to be working with limited weaponry into this one, which means that there's a good chance here Fantasy can take this round and then go into another. They'll completely reset Sangal. This is a huge round. Fantasy can convert it. Talked about earlier the importance of these T side rounds, particularly on a map like Overpass. He's looking to catch a player off guard. Can't quite do it though. Goes down. A lot of damage done. He does lose his life.
Yeah, well done from Rylax. Tudson, oh, he catches out that player spotted. So he's been put on notice. Corey is still here with the FAMAS in towards Connector. Hudson can't quite hit the shots. It all comes on whether this connector flank comes in, but it is being held by the boost as well. So that means that Corey can just stay up in towards top connector. Topa gets rid of Fuzi, though. The defense is thinning. 2-player advantage. Fantasy, they're just going to smoke off the position and just work their way out to the bomb site. It's nicely done. They're just making sure that they just avoid, well, a scenario where that happens. Soulfly finds a kill on towards Bro in the meantime. So Sangal can recover a weapon at the very least.
Yeah, it's probably going to be about all they get. Now, indicating that they do want to give this a look at. I've got a couple of players here. Topa is looking for this fight. He's going to deal with both players. So off the back of that, Soulfly surely just wants to hold onto the AK. He can maybe catch a few retreating players as well. Pick up an AWP would be fantastic if Moralax decides to continue to push forward. But with such a little HP, probably just wants to try and stay alive, surround himself with friends. Which is how we all really want to live our lives. Soulfly's got no friends at the moment.
Hate to see it. That's right.
Yeah, it's a bit too close to home, Brandon.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's going to get away. Ooh, nice kill at the end. All right, gets away with the AK.
All right, we've seen some snappy aim coming out on the server in back-to-back rounds. This time from Soulfly. Take a look at the finances. It's still not ideal for the CT side, so they can just hold on to these deagles. It'd be best just to not invest any pennies into round number 9. Let Soulfly try and dispatch some of these attacking forces of Fantasy. Try and set him up for success, potentially. Look at this. He's going to go aggressive. Haven't really seen any elements of this from Sangal's defense at all. He's going to creep all the way around. Could even walk into playground. If he does, they have to be careful. But Tudson is accounting for this exact scenario. Not sure if you spotted him, though.
Yeah, I don't think he did. I think the timing eluded, and Soulfly has to go for this play because he's the only one that can really get anything done this round. Oh, gets the kill on Taken. Great conversion. Spots him out and then is able to spray him down. But on the other side of the server, the B bomb side is being prized open. There's still 2 players stacked in here, so Radix will get caught off guard. He swings around the corner. The USPs, they get the dink through but can't finish the job. That should be the round done. Soulfly is starting to rotate over with the AK, but he's going to be the only one left on his team. So whether he even considers giving this a look in, it's a lost round. Damage potentially can be done. That's one nice kill. I think even more even, considering giving this one a look in.
No kit, though.
No kit, no time. 3 players to find. Damage, nice shot onto Tudson. Taps the bomb as well to bait in a second peek. Gonna come from Topa, but not gonna be able to find that kill. And off the back of that, it's time to leave. But damn, those are some snappy shots from Soulfly.
Does damage to the economy, at least. See, Tudson's only working with 300. But once the bomb explodes, it's going to look a little bit better across all of the accounts for Fantasy. There we go. So they can still drop weapons over. It's not too bad at all of a situation. But yeah, really nice shots. I mean, it's just letting them know that this could be the damage waiting for them in the follow-up rifle round. Sangal off the back of just having pistols for the last couple will be fully invested in AWP on Fuzi as well. No double AWP this time. Definitely can't afford that one. But Fantasy, they're on a little bit of a hot streak right now.
Yeah, great signs. Only 1 round separating these 2 teams. I also like that we saw the coaches right behind the teams. And the coach of Fantasy, you could tell they're in Malta. He was wearing board shorts. What? Don't know if that's a term you use.
Nope.
Yeah, Brandon. No, Australian term. He was swimming trunks. I don't know what you call them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Aiken. Ooh, gets away barely. Put on notice after trying to go for that peek in towards short. And Bro has to be careful. Corey is holding the slither angle, and in fact, it's going to peek through it, but the timing eludes both of them. Now it's a bit of a standoff. Corey has a shadow advantage. The play comes close to Bro. What a clear. Corey is still ready for it. Crosshair in the perfect position to deal with him.
Corey looks so chilled on the player cams. Whenever you watch him, he's just like, yeah, that's fine. I've killed him. See you later. I'm out of there. Cool, calm, and collected. Fancy trying to occupy the space he once resided in. Uzi's still here, though, in the defense, so it's quite a strong setup for Sangal. Corey even laying down some bullets through this smoke. There is Aiken peeking over the top of the boost, and while Topa has actually just been removed over towards Divider, and now Fuzi's found another kill, and a second up onto Tudson. This man's very quick, and now Rylax is in a world of pain. 1 versus 5, and there's a one-way over towards this dice position. He sees it, and he wants nothing more to do with it. But would he even be allowed to save, because Fuzi's been pushing this long this entire time?
Not at all. Fuzi there, quick on the trigger. Nice triple for the author for Sangal. Doing a lot of work now. He's got his hands on that. And they have the second one as well. ScrunK picked that one up. So they're going to continue running this double AWP setup on the CT side. When Fuzi's hitting shots like that, don't blame them. Don't blame them at all. Now Tactical coming through for Fantasy. Decision about, well, there's not much they can do into this round, so at the very least they're going to concede 7, looks most likely.
Oh,
okay,
they're going for it.
Could just be a hero or unusual. No, surely they're going to buy. Bro and Topa can both fully invest here into AKs.
It looks like it's going to be a hero orb. Oh no, there we go.
Okay, last second, keeping us guessing. No, it's going to be the full investment around the AWP. So that's what Tactical was for, to decide how they're going to implement this weaponry. That loss bonus giving them at least a little bit to work with into this round.
Well, this looks a lot better than a hero orb, at the very least. Fantasy, they do have something to back themselves up with round number 11. They've had really good control over towards short, but look at this boost from kyuubii, but he's holding connector. He might be caught off guard here. I'm not sure if you can quite really see players in towards the short water, but they're just going to go quickly. They're just going to try and work their way through. kyuubii and Soulfly might be caught off guard. Flashbangs, oh, they're perfect, but Soulfly's aim's a little bit better. ScrunK and kyuubii combine, and well, this attack has been completely shut down. Nice attempt from Fancy, a little bit of a change of pace, but there's just too many players to contend with.
Yeah, those crossfires are so hard to deal with, and you can see they wanted to cross bridge quickly and try and progress up in towards CT and towards Graffiti, but there's a player sitting there, there's a player out towards barrels. The flashbangs are good to blind kyuubii off the angle, but that's where that second player comes through. So Soulfly, he gets 1, that's really enough, because you've got 2 more players to offer all of that support. There's just no way in for Fantasy, and off the back of that investment, now they've given up 7, they've got nothing into this round. Sangal is starting to steal this one away after Fantasy. We're on that great comeback. They got it within 1 round, and now, well, looking like going to be 4 rounds difference in a moment. Fuzi has a shot out there into the mix of things. He's going to be running on quickly by these pistols, and at this close range, it's going to get a little bit scary. He misses some shots here. That AWP can get picked over, so he's going to fall back. It's a nice shot onto Rylax. Corey here with the other AWP out towards long, and now the dual Berettas come out, and Corey has to be a little bit careful. Gonna be flanked through, and everyone's falling here. This is a 2 versus 2. Rifles can be recovered. That bomb yet to be planted. Both these CTs in towards CT. Good incendiary gonna force him back, and a nade to follow up. All now onto Aiken in the 1 versus 2. AWP in hand, no armor. Bomb has to be recovered as well, and both these CTs have utility to work with. They're setting back, waiting to see what Aiken's play is. He's collected the bomb. He's starting to fall back. He's got plenty of time to work with. He can make his way towards B if he wants to. But actually wants to back up so he can scope in silently. Doesn't want to give away that sound cue, and now he's going to start hunting. Time to work with. Sangal not giving up anything. Now they start to push the timing. Eluding him, can't quite adjust for the shot. And Fantasy, considering that was just pistols, they make that so close.
Well, that just comes off the back of Fancy just running down the snipers. You've got a double AWP setup holding at A, and whilst it looks good initially, Fancy, they're just overwhelming the position. That's a really expensive round for Sangal, considering the circumstances they found themselves in. And whilst they did get the round on the board, it was nearly a clutch that was winnable by Aiken. It doesn't matter if you don't have armor, if you've got the sniper, because 1 bullet is all it normally takes. Sangal, honestly, quite fortunate to convert. Corey's got aggressive in this one, pushing the issue. Oh, they haven't cleared it at all. He's good for the first and the second, holds the spray, even swaps the USP, but Topa will finally put him in the ground. But 30 points of health, and ScrunK is basically just here as well. It doesn't feel too good if you're Fantasy.
And that's ScrunK's turn. Not going to be ready for the second player to push stuff after that hero play, and the bomb is sitting here. You Goes one way, he gets a kill. He goes the other way, he gets the bomb. Doesn't matter that Rylax has made his way through here. And
Oh.
what?
What? Okay. Rylax, that's outrageous. What? I'm sorry, what?
I'm shocked. ScrunK is going to get this kill, though. So now Bro has a 1 versus 2. This has become doable thanks to that double. I was about to say it doesn't matter, but then what was that? Bro. That's
Literally.
me reacting to the situation. That's a bro moment. All right. Good angle here. Wins his first engagement. There's a chance here. Uzi's nowhere nearby. He's flanking out towards long. The bomb's actually going to be not really contested. ScrunK sitting far back. Bomb recovered. This round's still on.
Fuzi oh, he misses the shot. That's the opportunity. Bro will convert 20 seconds. Can't really go down to B, so he has to travel to this A bomb site. And ScrunK's still a long way off. He's in 2 minds between rotating between connector and up towards CT. Plant for reverse truck. Now Bro can really take this anywhere. His after plant could be in so many different positions, but he does creep his way forward. Now he goes to clear out CT because ScrunK is still an unknown entity. They're not really too sure where each other are, and in this 1 versus 1, gets a little bit close. No utility for Bro, but ScrunK, meanwhile, he's got an incendiary, there's a smoke, and also he has a defuse kit, so you can let the timer expire that a little bit further. Bro, how's your nerve? Spots out ScrunK more towards this position. ScrunK with the fake and not bullets, but they're not quite connecting, but the fact that Bro's just staying alive this entire time will make Fantasy win this round. And whilst that's an incredible clutch, we got to revert back to this Rylax second kill.
What an incredible round. You have to remember how this one started. Corey gets his double kill and then brings Topa down to half HP. But what is that on the fadeaway? The second. Unbelievable. ScrunK then gets rid of Topa, has the bomb in his control. Bro is in a 1 versus 2. Isolates both the duels. Somehow catches off Fuzi in towards toilets. Plays that post line perfectly. It looked like he was going to get completely caught off. ScrunK had the right idea. Taps the bomb. Repositions. But Bro manages to dodge him somehow. And then for ScrunK, he's got no time. He has to get onto that bomb. And for Bro, that's an easy one to close out. What a clutch and what a 2K from Rylax. What a round.
Oh, just in disbelief. But I mean, for Sangal, the mistakes were there. They gave up the bomb, which is completely fine. Like that's an okay thing to do, especially in that scenario where the timer is ticked down low and Fantasy need to clear all these angles. But where ScrunK so far pushed forward, Fuzi shouldn't really be in as advanced of a position. Peeks in towards stairs, but doesn't find a thing. Grenade will aid his escape back down towards the bomb site. So Fantasy, they've been given another opportunity to try and crack this one open. Walking ever so closer in towards short is Rylax. We know how dangerous he can be towards this bomb site.
Yeah, he's going to do another drive-by headshot any second now. Good position to be in. Sangal definitely not aware of it. He's the only one over here. His main objective here is to catch off any rotating players when they start to make noise when this A hit comes through. Can also then act as a late flank if he stays alive, so it's a very pivotal position for him to play. Sangal have a good read on the situation though. They brought an extra player over and Fuzi's going to catch up Bro as the smoke fades. Corey looking for the fight out long, but Topa is going to find it. Now Rylax, he's looking for this kill over towards B. He is spotted though and doesn't find it, but it's going to keep 2 players interested here, and that's going to split the defense. They're both going to swing out at once. Rylax only good for the first. kyuubii stays alive, and now the go signal comes in towards A. ScrunK to get that first. He's looking for the second. Huge double to find. Topa the only one left, and he has his knife out. Fuzi gets a sitter, and Sangal get 9.
That's a really nice adjustment from Corey, just to push back in. Because Fuzi gets the opener here. It looks like he's the only player here. It's ScrunK, in fact. And the fact that he's just gone aggressive on top of the bin, he's got the shadow advantage, and then he can just wide swing Fantasy. They're not ready for it at all. So that will be 9. Sangal trying to bring a little bit of tranquility back into their CT side. Potential for double digits, because it is just the pistols. Wow, it looks like for Fantasy. They just want to do a little bit of a faster play, try and contend out towards short. That's where they have been finding some of these kills. But look at Corey. He's ready and waiting for this.
That should be an easy one for Corey. 1 kill, readjust. Oh, nice deagle from Tudson. This boost now can come into effect. Oh, spotted on the jump up. It's actually not going to do as much. The spam somehow misses every single one of these T players as they cross through it. Dodging them like Neo in the Matrix. So now they're going to start to make their way towards A. That's where Fuzi is. He is the only one over this side of the map. They've still got 3 defenders out here towards B. But ScrunK is going to consider to rotate now that the utility is starting to be shown. Haven't fully committed yet. Oh, Fuzi going to spot the jump peak. Now the info definitely is there. ScrunK's making his way over in a hurry. Fuzi trying to find this kill out towards long. It's not going to come through. And now Bro is found a timing, but ScrunK is there. Gets him before he can get the kill. And now it's a boost out towards long. And there's still a player lurking over towards B as well. Fantasy are looking for an opening anywhere they can find it, but it's not being presented. Topa with the deagle, looking to repeat Rylax's success earlier. Locations have come through. Oh my lord, what a deagle. Can't get the second though. Now it's a 2 versus 3, and off the back of him going down, they're back towards the A bomb site where Fuzi has a passive line. So this bomb, they should at least be able to get this down.
Yeah, they should account for Fuzi as well. He's so often been this player here. Trying to wall bang through the dice box, not quite working, but Soulfly is on this flank. Rylax versus 3. Let's give Fantasy a 6th. Oh, but he can't quite contend with it. The dink comes in, but Soulfly with the conversion. Fuzi with the defuse. Sangal will elevate themselves to 10 rounds on the CT side of Overpass.
A 10-5 half, exactly what Sangal were hoping for, but it is Overpass and it is a map where the CT sides are particularly strong. As the sides are going to change, will the comeback come for Fantasy? We saw some great rounds. We're going to have to find out after this break if they can do it.
Unsterblich müssen nie wieder weg. Backpack, Kippen und Drinks gegen Tristas. Großstadtbild, komm hier nicht weg. Kopf fragt, mach kein Pisstest, nein. Ich will nicht auf deine Party gehen. Engel und Teufel tanzen schwanzig. Von deinen Lippen tropft der Chardonnay. Ich küss ihn weg, bevor du schlafen gehst. Sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Fadet auf den Wohnzimmerdeal. Baby, sag, wieso sind wir hier? Kann sein, dass wir den Boden verlieren. Wir heben ab morgens um 4. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg.
Well, Sangal, they did set themselves up for success on this T side of Overpass. They take 10 rounds with them, and after some crazy shenanigans from Fantasy, they are really kind of living up to their reputation of this little wild card pick coming in, right? I mean, we've seen some crazy kills from them. They're being really disruptive to Sangal's defense, but I feel like the experience has just really overwhelmed the situation for Fantasy. And Sangal, they now look to convert this pistol and potentially run away with the game.
Yeah, see if we can do this. T-sides have been a little bit difficult. But Sangal, they're going to try and repeat the exact same thing that Fantasy did. It's a fast one in towards the B bomb site. The flashes are good though. Husband is mollied out as well and then caught up by Corey. Rylax can't do anything. kyuubii is looking for this fight in towards CT. Bro is sitting here in a crossfire, and that's a nice double up from Bro. Fuzi and ScrunK now. The bomb is down, but this post line is so difficult, particularly because it's just Fuzi left and they overrun him.
What a shot from Bro as well. The jump-in player just completely plucks him out the sky like it was nothing. Really nice multi-kills. It's just showing us why Fantasy deserve to be here. The individual skill really shining through. Retake comes in as a complete success. They only lose one player in the mix as well, so it's a really strong hold from this Fantasy lineup, especially as they were being bombarded with utility on the way in. Right, you mentioned the Molotov that really just disrupted the movement. It meant that players need to come in through Monster rather than holding a little bit of a looser crossfire between CT and Short. And Sangal, they just completely fell apart.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's almost the exact same setup, right? The 4B lane. I mean, I guess it's quite typical to do that 4B and then have someone sort of get the info towards A. You see that every single basic game you ever play. They're different here at the top level. Those rotations do take quite a bit. Or can be quite quick from B to A, I should say, because there's so much time it takes to cross up through bathrooms. Full investment into this one, though, from both sides. So Sangal, with that bomb plant going down, they do want to take the fight straight to Fantasy. Knowing that they are the favourites into this one, they want to press the advantage. Put a lot of pressure out towards A, the utility to allow them to start to make their way up. The closest combatant is Rylax. He's with that MP9. Close in towards bathrooms, just playing against the wall there. Can be a bit of a difficult angle to clear, particularly if you've got a player on site who's causing disruptions, which, oh, nice tag from both sides, in fact. Gonna bring them both low, and oh, almost a chance there onto Aiken, but he's going to get away. And now Rylax, they start to progress up. Could be a bit of a thorn in the side, but not going to be committing quite yet.
Good flash. Rylax has a little bit of a peek. But Corey, oh, he's encroaching on his position. Topa's rotated in the meanwhile, so there's 3 defenders here. Try and just get this one going. Another tag from that scout, which means kyuubii can try and step in, but not sure Sangal anticipate this many rotations already coming into the fold. But that's a great kill to find Topa. Now needs to do work, and he gets all 3. Really nice work from Topa, and suddenly Sangal completely collapsed. But what a round from Fantasy.
What a round from Topa. What a triple kill. Incredible holding on dice, just peeking every angle perfectly as they came at him. They could not make headway. The crosshair placement was phenomenal. Double taps to the noggins for each one of those Sangal players, and they are right. That was with Rylax just getting his first one here, but we'll get to see this again. This is fantastic. He's just ready for every single peek when it comes. Fantastic stuff from the young gun of Topa. Former Na'Vi Junior player in that very first iteration of that roster, way back when. Definitely been growing as a player since then, as we're seeing here in the server.
That was clean. Speaking of clean, Fantasy needs to try and survive this one quite cleanly as well, right? Because you've got just the Deagles, got SMGs that can farm up some cash, set yourself up for success. Rylax taking a fight at long range, and that's going to be his demise. So, a little bit of an over peak, but look at Aiken, who's already in the back lines here. He's already working his way through. Sangal, oh, they are actually holding for him, but it doesn't matter. Aiken gets both. Kills a player at top party. They just line up.
The MP9 at that distance, that is outrageous. FAMAS doesn't get that, I'll tell you that much. So MP9, wow.
All right.
Aiken. He was aching for a fight, and he found it. What a double kill. That opener from Fuzi now long in the past. Haven't been able to capitalize that at all. Soulfly, actually, that's a nice deagle. Still Gordon Hudson's right here. That's going to be the bomb dropped. Topa finds Fusey as well, and now 8 on the board for Fantasy. They do survive the light buy from Sangal, but now all the rifles can come out.
I can't believe they just lined up. That's so unfortunate for Sangal, but a wonderful gift for Aiken just to aid Fantasy on their way. A 10-8. We really got game on now. But as you're right, we've got these rifles that have come in for Sangal. 1 AWP on Aiken as well. Upgrades himself from that MP9. So now we get to see it. Now we get to see what Fantasy CT side has got to showcase for itself on Overpass. Aggression in towards Connector for Rylax. Door blown off so he can escape if he needs to. Try to be supported in by Topa. Sangal, they just slow things down. Pump the brakes.
Yeah, I think his footsteps as he fell down the stairs there was probably heard by ScrunK, because you can see they're being quite cautious. They've dropped a smoke in towards the door as well. I guess some cover from that boost up that can come from the B site. So Rylax is now alone here. He's deployed a smoke of his own though to slow things down. So they definitely know he's here now after he tried to peek off that flashbang. They managed to extract themselves. They get away. And on both sides, the fight for Connector is ended. Soulfly looking for a fight of his own out towards long. Nobody going to be home here, and hearing that one, I think it's going to be falling all the way back to play more defensively on A.
Precise utility being lined up by kyuubii. Aiken. Oh, deals with the threat of Soulfly. But look at these rotations. They're so concerned about this A play. 35 seconds left, bro. In fact, he's about to find himself in a world of pain, but he just dispatches ScrunK. Can't really translate onto anyone else. Fusey will lock that one in, and now the rotations are scrambling. They need to get down here for Fantasy. 25 seconds left. Sangal trying to overwhelm the bomb site.
Yeah, 3 versus 4 though, and Aiken's got 2 kills. Wow, Tudson gets one of them, and now Tudson gets another. They're all full apart. No players going down for the CTs as they make their way onto this B bomb site. Sangal full at the gates. Now it's just 1 round separating them. Fantasy, a flawless CT side so far. 4 rounds in a row, and 5 also on the cards. It's not going to be a lot for Sangal into this one. Will be another one of these lighter buys. And Aiken, haven't seen much of the AWP for him, but a nice couple of kills this round, getting warmed up with it.
Yeah, interesting debate is who would AWP, because I know Tudson does pick up that weapon from time to time. ScrunK. Oh, in fact it'll be kyuubii. Just as far as Rylax. See you later. There's a quick deagle bullet to the cranium. Now Aiken just tries to step in. Tries to try and trade back out, but has to be careful of these party players getting tagged just a little bit. Misses another shot, brought down very low. Tudson has stepped in, but then he's been dinked. Oh, it's only for 4 HP though, so it doesn't matter too much. But there's a player in from long. Hang on a second, Sangal. They're just trying to completely overwhelm the player advantage, but Tudson holds the line, the spray. It's a little bit of a whiff, but there's a team flash as well. This round is so scrappy.
Oh, the nade is actually going to be the one that gets the job done. Topa's the only one here. The rotation from Bro has to come through as well. Soulfly has made his way in towards Bank, but they haven't committed yet. Look at the bomb. It's all the way back towards T-Ramp. He's actually a little bit worried, and Topa's found Soulfly. This round's getting a little bit weird. They do seem to be still committing to this side of the map. ScrunK with his forward position with the AWP has this line in towards Bank, but he's going to fall off it. Not covered out towards the bins. Now he can post up towards Bank, and Topa is looking like he's wanting to go for the fight, but have to be aware this AWP has been collected. Bomb going to go down. ScrunK looking to see if anyone's going to be contesting, and they keep baiting it. They could have planted the bomb, and now they're running out of time. Topa continues to push up forward, and he's going to get close. Maybe a little bit too close for comfort. He's going to come around. That's ScrunK. kyuubii's there for the kill, though. 1 versus 1. Bro knows exactly where he is and can use this smoke. He's deployed to his advantage. He's managed to make his way past it and then falls back for the kill. Bro saving the day for Fantasy and now evening up the scoreline 10 apiece.
That's another clutch that Bro has won for Fantasy as well. Had that 1 versus 2 on the T side, and now again a very important 1 versus 1. Because that round, it looked like it could have potentially got out of hand. Fantasy, it looked like they were just overstepping the mark, trying to contend with these pistols, and the pistols were just winning out the gunfights. However, we are in that scenario 10 apiece. The investment will be back out for Sangal. We're speaking about how CT-sided Overpass is, and well, this is a really clear demonstration of it.
Yeah, that was kind of the conversation, right, that we've had for many of these matchups, how much of a struggle these T sides have been just generally. It is definitely the CT meta at the moment, but it seems to be almost multiplied on some of these matchups where it's the more mixed-based teams, where they can be quite solid on the CT defense, but actually struggle attacking these more solid CT setups. Aiken going to open up his account early as well. Soulfly just walks straight in there, and there is no trade potential.
Double AWP as well. For Fantasy, they can isolate some of these angles a little bit easier. I just posted on the position. You see Tudson is wielding that second one, just holding this monster angle. And he might have some Sangal players in his scope very shortly because they are all gathering towards this monster position after losing the man advantage. But look at this reaction. Look at Aiken pushing down towards long. This is so much information. But Fantasy are yet to rotate more players. Bro could be caught out, but he deals with the first challenge. Corey with the trade. And now Tudson can step in fully blind. Kyuubii has won out that trade battle. And suddenly, Sangal, they're trying to work their way forward. Connector threat isn't dispatched. And Fuzi is left in the 1 versus 3.
Those are two of these players. Ah, what an off angle. Gets the shot though. Nice one onto the head, but now he's just got 2 HP. So little to work with. And that flank's coming through short any minute now. Topa's holding back, very passive. Fuzi should be able to get the bomb plant down here, but the flank is coming through any second now. He's going to go down. Aiken comes through with the deagle. Defuse is going to come through, and Fantasy's, well, fantastical CT side continues. Flawless so far. 6 rounds in a row, and Sangal are struggling here on the attack.
That was a really nice play from Fantasy because not only have you got that element of the long player pushing to get the information, although they didn't rotate down initially, when they did, they played it so much in unison with each other. You could tell that the Topa in over towards CT was just waiting for this flank to come in. He didn't want to overstep the mark. He didn't want to give Fuzi any opportunity to fire off that AWP into his chest. And it's the first timeout being called in by Sangal. They finally feel like it's now this moment to really discuss what's been going wrong, what can they do to change it. They have to contend with another double sniper setup because one of them got recovered from Fuzi.
What can Sangal do here? We mentioned they're the favorites coming into this one.
Pressure.
Pressure is on, and particularly in these matchups we talked about earlier in the pre-show, just the importance of these best of ones, because if you lose this, the rest of your game is going to be best of 3s for elimination. And the best of ones are the best opportunity for these teams to stage these scary wins. Bro going to be dropping down the smoke. It's a fast one in towards the B bomb site. ScrunK has found the opener onto Tudson. This might be the change up they were looking for. They found the one onto right as well. Soulfly coming up big, nice double. 2 headshots, and that's 2 kills. He has to force off Aiken and Topa. No way into this round. Aiken is trying to reposition to find this kill. Does get ScrunK, but gets dinked and is going to fall back. So Sangal's speed was the answer they were looking for.
And that's just a well-rehearsed choreographed routine, right? For Sangal, it's just a fast one in towards B. It's so telegraphed with the utility. They dump Molotovs towards ABC and Connector once they've dealt with every single player coming into the bomb site. And you can see that the players are just swinging in tandem. They know the entry pathing's off by heart, and that's the experience of just being in a well-oiled machine. But this mixed team, they can always throw a little bit of a spanner in the works, and while they have 11 to 11, Fantasy, but they were looking pretty good here as well. Like, they've been playing some very solid fundamentals coming into this CT side especially. The double AWP has really been helping them just leverage a little bit more of a success, because where you got these tight, narrow choke points coming into a bomb site, it's very difficult for Sangal to contend with all of these different snipers.
First round on the board of the T side for Sangal evens things out 11 apiece. But you can see how close these have been. You can see what it's done to Fantasy. I don't know if Sangal will have the read on this just because there's been so many rounds in a row that have been won, but look, just going to repeat it. Worked once, why not do it again? Fast in towards B. Fuzi leading the charge this time, has a spawn for it. Going to be fighting an empty bomb site. Soulfly has found the opener. Aiken with the AWP does catch him off guard. Fuzi is looking for more, trying to aggress up in towards CT. Bit of an awkward engagement. He's brought down low, but he does stay alive and has a teammate to support. So they get the bomb down. This post plant, there is a potential for it to be on. Rylax has the M4. There's 2 kits in play, and the Deagles kind of have to be leading the charge here. ScrunK going to be holding in and getting the kill on Bro. This Molotov as well is going to be so powerful. Going to go in and catch all these players in the flames. ScrunK, he just wants more kills, even takes down his teammate in the process. And that's going to be it. 2 rounds in a row off the fast aggression towards B.
That's a really good, not only reaction from Sangal, but attempt from Fantasy, right? They tried to boost themselves in towards the sandbags. There was a world where they could have caught off the player. They wanted an extra element to make sure that Sangal weren't looking at that position. So that's why the player comes out towards heaven. And then it's just ScrunK with the perfect incendiary. Just in the nick of time, it bails them out of the scenario. Another timeout being called in now for Fantasy. Definitely to discuss the finances, right? I mean, you can definitely invest in for this one. How are you going to react? You need to make the most of your purchase. Otherwise, Sangal will be in a position to capitalize upon these economic deficits that Fantasy will be facing in the future.
Yeah, thankfully, they are able to get a buyout here. Sangal, now that momentum shift, be interesting to see what they decide to do this round. Do they try and repeat the trick? Surely they won't expect it a 3rd time.
Yeah, that's where you get them.
Yeah, kyuubii's laughing.
Rush faster.
He knows that's the plan. Look at him.
Oh, it is. They're
It's
doing
the
it
plan.
again.
We're going once more fast towards
Alright.
B. I'm loving it. You're loving it. And Sangal are loving it. Just going to be running straight out. Boozy. He's going to be leading the charge once again, looking for the openers. The Fantasy have a pretty good defense here. 2 players in towards the pit. He's going to swing out, going to spray out onto both. Huge from Fuzi. A couple of kills do come through for Fantasy though, so it is a 3 versus 3, but kyuubii is on this flank. Being held for, can be able to be caught up. Holding it, but he's going to be falling back. Aiken gets caught out. Bro does get that trade in response. So still 2 versus 2, but make it 1v2. Fuzi now found those 2 openers and has to find 2 more to convert this round. Knows where Bro is, but that flank from Rylax is the big question mark. Rylax is actually sticking over towards A at the moment. Fuzi hasn't made his presence known, has this bomb, but he's gone silent for a while now. And he's letting it sit. Not going to be committing for the fight yet. Bro's fallen back to such a passive line. Fuzi looking for this fight, and Bro, this is the perfect angle. Gonna find it and gonna shut it down.
Again, it's Bro. Every single time Fantasy need a resurgence, need to recover into this round, Bro just comes up with a multi-kill. That way he's baited in this round he's baited in perfectly at the sandbag, swings out once his position is known and still hits the shot, and then repositions to connector to make sure that he can rotate up towards A to support his teammate if he even needs him. I mean, just what a round. That's a really important for EK. And Sangal, they try the B attack again. There's 4 players ready and waiting for Fantasy. This time they start with 3. So much utility just being rained down upon the bomb site. The rotations, well, they're coming back, but this time, Sangal, I'm not sure they're going to commit to it instantly.
Yeah, maybe full time is a little bit too much. They throw the utility to feign it just to keep Fantasy maybe a little bit nervous because it did seem like Sangal were happy to continue committing this way. So now Fantasy, no, that's not the case. Things slow down again. Sangal were struggling on these slower rounds, but now having had a bit of success in the fast ones. Change up is warranted. Gives them time to collect themselves as well. Reset mentally after that round prior. You see how passive Fantasy are playing. They're falling all the way back towards CT to hold over on the B bomb site. They've got a player basically in CT spawn out towards the dumpsters, and then they've got 2 on a forward position. So it's actually a light defense over towards the B bomb site if they do decide to commit there, but instead the fight looks like it's going to be taking place in bathrooms. Rylax is close by, and Aiken is here for the fight. Gets that first. The spray continues on to 2. Fantastic opener for Aiken. Rylax is still here as well. So Aiken, he swings out for that fight, but Rylax is going to be unaccounted for. He hears them all coming through. He wants to catch off Fuzi, throwing this utility. Not quite even the opportunity. Tucked around Divider, goes down. Corey gets that kill. And they make their way forward. Topa on the side gets removed by ScrunK. They're finding a way back into this one. Bro and Tudson have to pull this off. 2 versus 3. Bomb goes down.
no utility to work with either. Bro does have a defuse kit, but he's been brought down low in these exchanges towards CT. Hudson just trying to creep his way forward out towards Bank, but ScrunK has spotted him. That's information for Sangal, and the pressure, it's on Fantasy to go for this retake. They're even going to consider it, though. Time is already halfway elapsed, but ScrunK keeps on going. Really important kills to get his team onto the bomb site and then keep Fantasy off it. Sangal will take 13, and it looked like that defense towards toilets was holding quite strong, but Sangal make sure they clear everything and just completely overrun.
Can't dunk the ScrunK. What a triple kill from ScrunK to save the day. I think the big kill he gets there is the one onto the
Truck.
To truck. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
As he came up, right? So if Topa gets that kill there, the rotation can come through and this hit becomes so difficult. But that even things out. That allows him to set up in that post fight. And then he got a couple of slammers after that as well. And unfortunate for Rylax, right? He was in that advanced position. It was all kind of set up for him, but kyuubii gets caught off. That's a nice kill with the one rifle in the round as well. The Bruce rewarding a kill. If he can dunk the ScrunK, and Fuzi's going to deal with Rylax, so it does even things back up. Oh, good flashbang, bro. No chance there. Sangal are starting to recover against this force buy. Now they can force their way into this B bomb site. It's just this sole defender. Topa, not much to do about it. Aiken goes down as well. Nice headshot though from Topa. Does keep things interesting. There's two players coming quickly for him. Molotov's going to be flashing him back as well. Saw one fantastic Deagle has to come up B. They're going to be pushing straight onto him from each direction. kyuubii is the one that gets the job done. Hudson though on a great flank, going to double up, but is traded out by kyuubii. Heroic efforts, but it is going to be Sangal getting their 14th.
Oh, take a sigh of relief, Sangal, because Hudson nearly just made that one oh so difficult. The issue you have there is just too many players for Hudson to contend with, but he goes so fast, he even adjusts onto the bomb planter. That's just one rifle being brought in, and the FAMAS actually just gets 3 kills. So it's encouraging signs for Fantasy. It's not going to affect the economy too much for Sangal. They can just keep on buying. Take a look at the investment for Fantasy. It really doesn't paint the prettiest picture. You've got Aiken on a scout. Rest of the squad just have these Deagles. Nades in towards the barrels this time. Hudson. Oh, he catches a couple of them. Not quite falling to his knees just yet. But Sangal, they've got the early control.
This round, make it or break it for Fantasy. They decided to force into it, so they do lose. They're not going to have much going up against Map Point, but Sangal definitely have everything in their favor this round, particularly with that double nade onto Hudson. Now looking towards B, there is a stack here. That's the one thing Fantasy have in their favor. 4 players on the site. Nice HP onto HE onto kyuubii as well. HP brought down low. He's going to keep fighting. Takes down Hudson, looking for more. Low HP player pushing forward is the first. Rylax is going to find him though. And, oh, the Deagles are coming through. 3 in quick succession. Soulfly looks to try and even things back out. Somehow Bro's still alive with 2 HP, but not anymore. Fuzi's here with the AWP, and Rylax is spotted deep down in the waters. He is under the waves, but Fuzi is looking for him with the Tech 9, but he can't quite find him. Soulfly's been brought low by the scout, but now Fuzi is saving the day. Soulfly gets the final kill, and it is 15 to Sangal.
They like to make them close though, don't they? Fantasy, some incredible Deagle shots coming in. The individual display of skill is really showcasing themselves on the server. You just heart in the mouth moment for Sangal when Fuzi goes up and over to try and deal with Rylax into towards just raining down terror from heaven. You think, oh my goodness me. Sangal potentially could have thrown that one away, but no, Soulfly steps in to cover. He was low HP as well, so the scout potentially could have just finished off that round. Nevertheless, it's another pause being called in. Sangal try and settle and compose themselves. It's a similar buy that Fantasy brought forward to try and survive in the game.
Yeah, look at the kills on both sides of the server. It's so close between like all the teams. There's like 4 kills between the bottom frag and the top frag of Fantasy, and it's a very similar affair on the other side. 5 kills between the top and bottom. It's a very even affair between these two teams. But now, Sangal, they are in the perfect position to close this out. 3 map points to work with. Momentum with them after this resurgence to the C the T side later on in this half. They struggled early on. Fantasy got 6 in a row. Now it's been flipped. Sangal firmly in the driver's seat. Fantasy do not have a lot to work with here either.
But look at this though. They've got control over towards short. Sangal, they've been favouring this B bomb site. And as they creep their way forward, they've got to be a little bit careful because there are a multitude of defenders here. There's 4 players. Fantasy, they know where Sangal are trying to execute upon, and it's again this setup has found success for them before. Topa steps in, eliminates kyuubii. Now Soulfly has got to try and recover the situation, and Aiken, well, he's hit an incredible shot. Tudson can't find anything, but it doesn't matter. The scout is hitting everything. 2 versus 2, bro. Unknown entity in towards short. And Fuzi, that should be the final nail in the coffin. Fantasy, they're going down, kicking and screaming, but it might not be enough, bro. But so low by the HG.
Oh my god, almost brings down Fuzi as well with that spray through. We've seen Bro pull off a 1v2 before, but this one feels a little too tricky. Fuzi is even crossed, so this should be an easy kill. Spraying through, actually not able to connect. He's holding on to like 2 bullets there, just in case, but then drops down into 2 waiting Ts. It's going to be Sangal taking it against the Fantasy stage comeback. They almost pulled it off. It looks strong, but unfortunately Sangal, their speed once again was a little bit too much to handle.
Still impressed with the performance on show from Fantasy though. They looked really good, especially on that CT side. We'll break this one down for you after just a couple of minutes.